As Maryland seeks to balance a $1.5 billion budget next fiscal year, a new audit identifies 42 state agencies that are exempted from state procurement laws. The agencies combined spent nearly $9 billion in taxpayer funds last year, and each agency is legally required to have its own contract policy in place. But at least 3 have no listed policy. The audit found many of the agencies with a policy had lower standards than the state guidance. Now, this new report is just the latest audit outlining financial turbulence among state agencies. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost pressed Governor Moore on the findings and what he's doing to fix the problem.
Whether it's hundreds of millions of dollars in unauthorized spending at the State Highway Administration to billions of dollars in spending with little to no oversight, these recent audits have shown some serious problems within state government. Governor Wes Moore says he inherited a lot of these issues, but we're pressing him on the timeline to see these fixes to ensure you don't have to pay for it. From unauthorized spending for federal projects.
It's adding insult to injury when we had the largest tax increase in Maryland history this year, as you know, and now another $400 million goes missing. And so this is serious stuff.
To a lack of background checks for some people working with Maryland's foster care children.
Frankly, this creates more questions than answers. And so this is deeply disturbing on every single level.
And now agencies spending $8.5 billion with little oversight.
This is a problem where you have almost $9 billion going to these entities that we just don't know where the money is going.
Audits this year reveal problems continuing to pile up in Maryland, even frustrating the auditors.
The bigger concern is both the number of findings and the number of repeats seem to slowly be increasing in recent years.
Governor Wes Moore has said in the past he inherited the problems.
The audit very clearly lays out that these challenges began before our administration came on board, and we have now instructed for all of our agencies to be able to be in not just full compliance, but full cooperation.
But the issues persist.
The problem is that we just don't know where the waste is, where the fraud is.
And now Maryland is facing a roughly $1.5 billion deficit projected for next year. David Williams, president of the Taxpayers Protection Alliance, argues the latest audit detailing a lack of oversight for procurement could provide insight into how to find a solution.
If you look at the state deficit of $1.4 billion and you look at, let's say, an error rate of 15% with the $8.5 billion, this could really put a dent in the deficit.
Tuesday, we pressed the governor on the timeline for changes. What are you doing to ensure that these systemic problems across government are fixed, to ensure that taxpayers aren't asked to pony up more money if the problem is fiscal?
Yeah, thank you for that, Mackenzie. And you know, one thing that we know is that I have said within our administration, whether it was a problem that was inherited or one that was discovered once we got here, our job is to fix it. That's what we do. And so I do understand that part of the things that in part of the findings that we're finding from this audit or things come in the past talk about these problems have been longstanding and these problems have been generational and these problems have been year on year. I get that. I understand that. The directive that I have to my agency heads, the directive I have to my cabinet secretaries is I don't care, fix them. And so that's exactly what our agencies are now going through the process of being able to work with the General Assembly and work with auditors. We are going to make sure that these systemic or structural problems are not problems anymore, regardless of their origin.
And speaking of agency heads,
we have one more question.
Governor Moore moved on before taking my follow-up questions, which would have included, why not be this forceful in your messaging sooner? As we inch closer to January, the issues highlighted in the string of audits in recent months will likely come up during the 90-day legislative session. It's just a question of whether taxpayers will be on the hook and what changes are made. The governor says he wants to see his agency heads fix these problems, so we'll keep track of the progress and hold him accountable. In the State House, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.